Mary George. How do I even begin to explain Mary George? Mary George is flawless. I hear her hair's insured for $10,000. I hear she parked her uber cool black Jeep in Coach's spot every morning junior year, and no one checked her. I hear she does car commercials in Japan. Though our own Miss George shares none of her namesake Regina's less desirable qualities, she and the Queen Plastic do have a couple things in common. Mary is confident, intelligent, and has no problem speaking her mind. Mary can and does rock every outfit imaginable like it's no one's business, and her blunt sense of humor has never failed to get us both in trouble for talking and laughing in every class we've ever shared. From Latin moments to lost memes, to that one time you and Lily made me ride around Germantown with Charlie Cuvion, the memories of which you, Mary, are a part are some of my fondest. If Mary's freestyle rap skills are any indication of her eloquence and wisdom, I know we're all about to witness the most beautiful speech of all time. I know you're all wishing I would hurry up and stop talking so we can get to what the Mary George has in store for us today. So open your ears and prepare yourself for the one, the only, Mary Marpoo George.
My name is Mary George, and I have hit at least 9 cars in my time being behind the wheel. My parents did not force me to take driver's ed like many other parents did and typically do. So when I was given the choice whether to take it or not, I happily declined, having decided that I would have my dad teach me how to drive. It turned out that I had only driven a car once before receiving my license, and that one time was the drive to the DMV to take the actual test. Needless to say, I should not have gotten my license that day, especially because I backed my family's truck into a parked car at the Germantown Methodist Hospital a few hours later. Since then, I have been in more wrecks than I can count on both hands, and I probably will never disclose the true number to my parents. It's better that way. But do I regret not taking the driver's ed class? Absolutely not. Last year, while my car was in the shop getting over 600 pieces replaced, I accidentally left the sunroof open in the rental car while it rained all night. Water was everywhere and everything was soaked inside the next day. But much to my surprise, I managed to clean it all up without having to tell my parents and was able to still have functioning speakers and all of that. Do I regret leaving the sunroof open? Maybe a little, but not enough to keep me up at night since I ended up saving the whole car on my own. Sometimes I amaze myself. Nevertheless, despite all of what some may call misfortune that surrounds my experience with cars, I do not regret any decisions I made that may or may not have been the reason for any wreck of mine. There is always something out of our control, and sometimes things really do just happen. The feelings of guilt and inadequacy that consumed me when I had my first few accidents mysteriously disappeared somewhere along the way. I had found acceptance. By accepting that I was a bad driver, I was able to give myself the tool of forgiveness. And the truth is, yes, if I had checked my rearview mirror before trying to leave Juice Bar, I probably would not have backed into that truck, even though he was continuously honking before, during, and after the incident. Yes, if I had acted like the brake pedal wasn't a suggestion, I most likely would not have rear-ended so many different cars in so many different places. But a big part of growing up is messing up. And if you haven't messed up yet, don't worry, because it's coming. No one is left out. An even bigger part of growing up is accepting your mistakes. And even better, understanding that your mistakes shape rather than define you. I typically do not read the text my dad sends me. Sorry, Dad. But one time I did, and he said this: "The quality of life depends on the quality of the decisions that you make." I would not say that I have made good driving decisions given my track record, but since I received that text, I will say that I have tried harder. There is always an opportunity to do better and turn things around for yourself, but it is in your hands to actually go through with it. So don't regret the mistakes, they're good for you. And if you want to see one of my mistakes, head east on Poplar until you reach the half-lit Olive Garden sign that I demolished when I was a sophomore. Thank you.